The armor hovered in its containment field, silent and unmoving, as it had for nearly 4,000 standard cycles. Forged from an unknown alloy, engraved with symbols that predated galactic civilization, it was the most coveted relic in the galaxy, and the most useless. Useless because no one could wear it. The scientists of the Harkonnen Confederacy called it Kethvar, the Forsaken Skin. The warrior priests of the Grawl revered it as a gift from the gods. The Ixul swarm sent entire hives to study it, while the bureaucrats of the Diluvian Congress debated endlessly over who rightfully owned it. But all agreed on one thing: no living being had ever succeeded in activating it. Thousands had tried. The strongest Grawl champions, the most devout Ixul drones, the technologically augmented Trollocs, all had stepped into the chamber, placed their hands upon the armor's chestplate, and been thrown across the room, or worse, disintegrated on the spot. Until the humans arrived. Humanity's entrance into galactic society had been disruptive, to put it mildly. Their homeworld, Earth, was classified as a high-threat death world. Their biology was baffling, their psychology even worse. They bonded with apex predators as pets, poisoned their own food for flavor, and thought launching themselves into space with explosives was a reasonable method of exploration. But they were adaptable. They learned fast, and they had a disturbing tendency to thrive where no one else could. The station orbiting Varelian Prime, home to the armor, had banned humans for decades. Until today. Ambassador Rena of the Diluvian Congress paced nervously as the human shuttle docked. "This is a mistake," she hissed to the station commander, a squat, tentacled Vrexian named Kalvax. Kalvax's eye stalks wobbled with unease. The council authorized it. Said it was time to see if the rumors are true. The rumors? Rena scoffed. That these primitives can succeed where thousands of advanced species have failed? That their flesh suits them to wield the relic of the ancients. Neither of them noticed the human stepping off the shuttle until she cleared her throat. Lieutenant Commander Aaron Voss was shorter than most galactic species, lean, her dark hair tied back, wearing an expression somewhere between curiosity and mild amusement. "Sorry to interrupt," she said, her standard galactic surprisingly fluent. "I hear you've got a wardrobe problem?" Kalvax blinked. "The armor is no." "Relax, Squid," Voss cut him off with a grin. "Let me take a look." Rena opened her mouth to protest, but Kalvax raised a tentacle, silencing her. Protocols had been bypassed. Permissions granted. There was no stopping this now. The chamber housing the armor was massive, sterile, lit by pale blue panels that gave the metal suit an ethereal glow. It stood upright, arms at its sides, plates overlapping seamlessly like liquid metal frozen mid-motion. Its visor was featureless, a smooth obsidian oval. Voss approached, eyes narrowing. "Looks heavier than my ex's expectations," she muttered to herself. Rena hovered at the observation window, sneering. "Another corpse for the incinerators." Voss placed her palm against the armor's chest. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the room lit up. The symbols engraved along the armor's plates blazed with brilliant, golden light. The containment field flickered and dissolved. The armor shuddered, as if breathing. Then, impossibly, it opened, splitting along hidden seams, revealing a hollow interior shaped perfectly for a humanoid. Alarms blared across the station. "Shut it down," Kalvax barked. "Too late," Rena whispered, her face pale. Voss hesitated only a moment before stepping inside. The armor closed around her like a living thing. Panels slid into place. Energy surged across its surface, golden lines snaking over the plates like veins of fire. Inside her helmet, a voice spoke in crisp, ancient standard. Biometric compatibility confirmed. Neural pathways synchronizing. Welcome, Harbinger. Harbinger? Voss thought. That's ominous. Her visor came to life, displaying readouts, environmental data, tactical overlays. She flexed her fingers. The armored gauntlets mirrored the motion seamlessly, lighter than they looked. Outside, Kalvax and Rena stared in horror. The ancients, they left the armor for them? Rena whispered. Kalvax's voice was barely audible. We always thought it was a weapon for the worthy. The chamber doors slammed open as station security stormed in, Exul drones, Grawl warriors, Diluvian enforcers. All armed, all terrified. Voss took a step forward. The floor panels cracked beneath her foot. Easy, folks, she said, projecting her voice through the suit's external speakers. I just got here. No need for a welcoming committee with guns. The Grawl commander, nearly twice Voss's height, leveled a plasma halberd at her. Remove the armor, human. Now. Voss tilted her head. The armor's systems identified the Grawl's weaponry, catalogued weaknesses, and offered suggestions. She smiled. Or what? The Grawl lunged. In a blur, Voss moved. Her armored hand shot up, catching the halberd mid-swing. The metal crumpled in her grip. With her other hand, she shoved. The Grawl flew backward like a ragdoll, smashing into the far wall with enough force to leave a dent. The room fell silent. Voss flexed her hands again, marveling at the sensation. Strength beyond measure. Precision engineered into every plate. The suit didn't just amplify her. It obeyed her thoughts as if it were an extension of her will. Okay, she muttered. This is definitely better than my ex's expectations. The Exul drones hissed. The Grawl warriors backed away. Even the bureaucrats cowered behind their datapad. Kalvax and Rena exchanged horrified glances. She activated it, Rena whispered. Do you understand what this means? It means, Voss interrupted, striding toward them, that whatever ancient cosmic destiny you thought this armor had, it chose me. Rena straightened, summoning what remained of her diplomatic composure. The armor belongs to the Diluvian Congress. As do you now. Voss laughed, a sound that echoed inside the armored shell like rolling thunder. Lady, I don't belong to anyone. Kalvax's tentacles quivered. You intend to keep it? Voss tapped the chestplate. Seems like it's keeping me, honestly. Suddenly, the station shuddered. Warning klaxons blared. Unidentified vessels dropping from FTL. A voice crackled over the comms. Multiple contacts. Exul Warfleet. Rena's eyes widened. But we have no defense. Correction, Voss interrupted, her visor displaying incoming ships, weapons signatures, and tactical options. You had no defense. The armor's systems synced with the station's network, overriding security protocols in milliseconds. Outside, automated turrets pivoted toward the incoming fleet. Energy barriers flared to life. Orbital platforms powered up dormant weaponry. The Exul fleet halted, confused by the sudden show of strength. Voss grinned. Time to see what this baby can really do. The armor's voice echoed in her mind. Initiating combat subroutines. Harbinger status. Active. And with that, Lieutenant Commander Aaron Voss, wearing the most dangerous relic in the galaxy, led the defense of Verelion Prime. The Exul never stood a chance. The legend of the Forsaken Skin was rewritten that day. No longer a relic. No longer a mystery. It was humanity's now. And everything changed.